In this video we're talking about how to start parkour for beginners. In this big guide we're talking about people which wanna develop their skills. We analyzed 5 aspects which help you to create yourself. You need 5 aspects to start do parkour. First is strength. It's about workouts, training with your weights, or you can go in the gym, because parkour is explosive sport that you need to show your energy, your explosion power, and you need to be so fast in energy. The second part is most important. It's about your mobility and flexibility. What I mean when I'm talking about that? The mobility, you need to be able to running fast, to be more flexible, to be more extension, you need to be more creative, and like you need to be just have a speed, power. The first step is stretching and recovery. Why it's so important? It's not only because you feel more slightly and you feel not heavy and you can do more achievements and you're feeling just perfectly, because when you wake up, a lot of people do stretching and after feeling so good energy and good mood and whole day. So we need stretching for prevented our injuries, or the second step for recovery, or before training or after training. That doesn't matter. You need to do this. It's so important, especially after 30 years. If you want to be in the high level, you need to do these 5 aspects. Fourth, it's of course parkour trainings. You need to practice often how as you can. Like usually I'm training right now 2 times a week, sometimes 3. That's dependent from the people who surround me and from my mood. If I want to training and go, sometimes alone, like right now. So parkour training is so important because you can burning your fat and feeling good, because you're a lot of running, jumping, but you need to be safety, because it's sometimes dangerous for your shins, for your shoulders, legs and other ways. The 5th aspect is mental health. If you're jumping on the streets, or if you're jumping in safety environment like a parkour gym, if you're training in safety environment, it's not problem, because they have a lot of mats, they have a lot of soft things that you probably do not get the injury. But if you're training on the concrete, on the street, you need to have a strong will, like a strong mental health, because sometimes we do jumps and we're training on these perfect places just for one reason, maybe 2 reasons: to feel more confident, to feel more good, and to jumping on the high, because jumping on the roof is most dangerous for your life. It's not, for example, some acrobatics that you do just on the floor, but sometimes shit happens and people have big injuries just to do double flips or something different. So mental health is so important, so you need to start to do jumps from some small places, some small jumps like 8-9 feet about, something like that, and after increase that. If you have some basics about you're really good in workout and you can do muscle up and a lot of pull-ups, it's so good, because in parkour they need it. Because sometimes we do the cat leaps, arm jumps, and we need to get up. So the physique in parkour is so important, to running faster as you can, jumping further as you can, be explosive. So you need to running, you need to working with your weights, you need to do some training exercises, maybe squats, deadlift, and sometimes bench press, but honestly I don't see the reason to do bench press. Maybe just for conch press, I don't know. Part 2, mobility and flexibility. What I mean to about your conditions. You need to be able to do something cool things. You can do flow. You can do, if you know how to avoid to injury. You can you know like how to save. You need to be flowly. So flexibility can help you to avoid a lot of injuries. You need to be mobility. You need to be more interesting than that you like be, you know, like so flexibility and mobility is so important. Yeah, just I mean your nature, your essential flexibility and mobility. It's not about stretching. Stretching is a different part. So how most your flexibility and mobility, that's easy to do some jumps and commit. Stretching and recovery so important in my life because I do this so often. It's doesn't matter I have a parkour training or gym training or something different, because after stretching I'm feeling so nice. That reason helped me to feeling really good. And when you're stretching a lot before the training, of course you're able to do more cool jumps because your body feeling so warm, and that's really nice, you know. About recovery, all parkour athletes who training every day, and I was from this guy. I was this guy who training every day when I was 16, 20. But it's consistently, it's perfect to training. But sometimes people forget about recovery. Sometimes you need to just rest 2-3 days, maybe 4. And after, with the new power, you can do something cool, like I do today, the new achievement. We're talking about stretching and recovery. The parkour training is important. You need to find your motivation and your impression. No, you need to find your motivation and your expression just to do that. It's so hard when you're 30 years old and you're training more than 18 years. So it's really hard to find the new motivation. But I try. My advice, it's training consistently with a little bit progress. So you need to start with something small and just extend that. So mental health is building like your body. It's do slowly, but if you do this consistently, after 1 year training, you be the new person. You create yourself.